So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here, a clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and joining me here, our expert Jim Beglin.
Hello Peter, and hello to everyone watching. For me, it's a real thrill to be here.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. If you have just joined, you have just missed the kickoff. So Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
Well Peter, I'm really impressed with this guy, Jude Bellingham. For one so young, he has wonderful intelligence and a great ability to read the game. The most expensive 17-year-old in the game too, and he's got a wonderful natural feel of...
Chance for a shot! And he couldn't finish.
Oh, he's done so well then. Almost the perfect link-up. There was a split second there for the perfect finish too. Shame he didn't take it.
Roberto Carlos, looking for the run. That's destined for the flank, aimed at the far side. Leicester gets... Oh, he's been caught on it here! Picked out brilliantly. Now, can he find a finish? And a shot!
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Now, that looks a decent ball. Bergomi, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man.
Well, they're labouring their way towards the opposition goal here, Peter, and this...
Goes for a shot! Goal! Arsenal! That is so good, such sharp skills, and such a delicious finish.
And how easy did he make that look? That is supreme.
So, a breakthrough already. Roberto Carlos. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Arsenal very much in the ascendancy and with a goal to their name. And he's managed to get free. Roberto Carlos delivers.
Oh, how that cross missed everyone is an absolute mystery to me. It warranted a finishing touch.
Bellingham conjures time and space where few can. Great vision. It's been slipped through. And the finish! And there's a goal. They're level in a trice.
Well, that's so refreshing. They went a goal down and you never would have guessed it. Their reaction has been emphatic.
So smooth. A signature finish.
It's the stuff you work on the training ground time and time again, and it came off.
We're looking at a different game now. You've got Horace! It is a fantastic goal! A finish right from the top draw! And they get themselves in front! Unstoppable. Just how do they contain him?
Well, at one stage, he was being body-checked, Peter, and then the next minute, it's in the back of the net. That's wonderful striking.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for. And here's Eto'o. And claimed it back swiftly. He's in a good position here. Still very early doors, but it is a closely contested affair. Great defending, strong and determined. Seedorf is a perfect combination of brain and brawn. Space for him to turn and look.
Well, that has caused disappointment to some, unsurprisingly, and disgust to others. What a waste.
Bellingham. Here's Vieira. And it's Seedorf. Tries to pass it through. And he's there to retrieve it. And this is Ibrahimovic. And he's there to get it away. Hoeneß. And he's taking no chances there. Hoeneß. Roberto Carlos. He's a sharp little ball here. And a chance! Now that is commitment to the cause.
Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
Lahm is short. Ah, such a clever touch. Well, now here's a good... Getting up there! Oh, off the bar! Decent attempt, but not quite good enough. It's their second corner of the game. And it's been taken short. Vietnam have the chance to go the other way. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And it's Seedorf. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
And here's Yamal. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Seedorf. Roberto Carlos is one of the key ingredients in the team's shot at goal! And that is wildly off target.
Yeah, I think that miss is going to give him nightmares for a while.
Roberto Carlos running with intent. And this is Ibrahimovic. Roberto Carlos. So a temporary halt to the action. So engaging and still right on edge. Plenty of signs to suggest this will turn out to be a really good one. Caution certainly not on the agenda here from both sides.
Well, I think the message from the manager at half-time will be pretty simple, Peter. He's going to want them to play at a higher tempo, press more, higher up the pitch, pass quicker, and entice the opposition out of position. He knows how crucial the next goal will be.
Arsenal are leading 2-1, but things are very much in the balance here. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Vieira, who does have an assist to his name. And it's Roberto Carlos. Seedorf picks it up out wide. Roberto Carlos looking to receive it in space. But that is good defending. It's been repelled. And that is expertly dealt with. Now it's Ibrahimovic. That is ended up in no man's land.
Well, a few of his teammates are quite furious with him as they felt they were within reach, but he made nothing of it. His boss doesn't look too amused either.
Looking tidy in possession here. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Lahm. Ibrahimovic being watched hawkishly here.
Yeah, and if they're going to try and stop him in this fashion, Peter, they're going to really test the referee's patience from here.
And this is Ibrahimovic, so no flag here. Pressure stays on, it is a corner.
Substitution for Arsenal, number 9.
So we have movement on
Eto'o.
both benches.
Number 20, Ibrahimovic. Number 14.
Well, now it's a race for the ball.
Coming on the field, number
Bellingham.
10,
Bellingham with the delivery.
Number 18.
And he gets rid in a hurry.
Number 4.
And it's Vieira.
Hazard.
Threads one in.
Substitution progress.
Backward it goes. And he's made sure that's not getting through. And that was very necessary.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
This is a really front-footed approach.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Nicely weighted ball. Yamal's cross, punched away. Arsenal perhaps contemplating their next change here. Hazard. Vieira. Knocks it into space. Ah, that's a fine interception. Hazard will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Yamal. Messi, a player who needs no introduction. Lahm. Now, can they get him away? And that interception was most necessary.
That was well...
And he shoots! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Seedorf actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Substitution for Arsenal.
So,
Number
third
22,
corner of the game.
Seedorf. Coming on the field is number 42, Toure. Substitution.
Hazard plays it short. Real chance! It's loose and there's a race for the ball. And that would have been game, set and match.
Hazard really thought he'd scored to settle this contest, and he's struggling to believe being denied.
Arsenal get their fourth corner. Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper.
Arsenal clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence. This is the time you need that pace.
Oh, it's Dembele. And it's Gullit. And reclaimed it in a trice. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Can he get it through? Bale has it out wide and in space. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through.
I'm not sure the shot was ever on there, really. There were just too many bodies in the way, Peter.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Oh, really cute. What a lovely series of passes. Ferdinand did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Roberto Carlos. No unnecessary risks, and the game is petering out here. Quality ball.
Well, it's probably safe to say now, Peter, that it's going to be all about game management from here.
Araujo gets across to intercept that.
2 added minutes has been
Roberto
indicated.
Carlos. 2 minutes to be added on. Looking to play him in. And he plays one through. And he's managed to get rid. Vieira. So that's it. It is all over. Well, that was good. A terrific advertisement for attacking football. Both sides. Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. I'm your commentator, Peter Drury, and providing his unique brand of expert analysis, here's Jim Beglin.
Hello, Peter, and hello to everyone watching. For me, it's a real thrill to be here.
Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. So things are underway. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Eto'o!
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Now it's Ibrahimovic. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Well, Peter, I'm really impressed with this guy, Jude Bellingham. For one so young, he has wonderful intelligence and a great ability to read the game. The most expensive 17-year-old in the...
Jonas! Oh, that is really good tenacity.
Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
They've played it short. And here's Roberto Carlos. Maldini can get it clear. And now they can spring out of defence. That has ended up in no man's land. Roberto Carlos. Roberto Carlos got a long way forward to join the attack. And this is Ibrahimovic. And here's Eto'o.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Chance for a shot! Goal! The first significant strike. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
Vietnam have penetrated for the first time.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious for now.
Bellingham is offering some sort of an apology there.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
And he cuts out the supply. And he's quick to return it. Kaka plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. Arsenal are seeing plenty of the ball, but for now they trail. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Ibrahimovic. And that's a simple one for the keeper.
Well, a few of his teammates are quite furious with him as they felt they were within reach, but he made nothing of it. His boss doesn't look too amused either.
Now it's Eto'o. Seedorf powering forward here. And here's Eto'o. Eto'o. And here's Eto'o. Oh, shooting chance! And no mistake. They have done it! They have their equaliser!
Well, you have to credit the desire there. These boys knew they were in a battle, and they did exactly what was needed to get back into it. That's going to make the boss just a little happy now.
Well, a 1-2 is easier to pull off than most dribbles, and I think we've just seen the proof.
Arsenal restore parity.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Eto'o. And he's straight offside. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Bergomi. That's Vieira. Ernest has an approach to the game which is pretty much shoot on sight. Well, played right into his path. Kaka.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
That's going in strongly.
That's headed upfield. Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. Lahm, good strong midfield running here. Great chance! And another try! There it is! He'll take that. Perhaps not the prettiest, but they all count.
Listen, he would have been advised to do that as a kid, and it's obviously etched in his mind now.
Arsenal have their lead.
Well, they've done the hard part now, Peter. Can they cling on, or even better, can they get another?
And it's Ibrahimovic.
Has been
Oh, good
indicated.
read.
That was well played, well stopped.
And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good for him.
And Cruyff! Oh, special! That is a special goal! A finish of true class! And once more... And the whistle goes for half-time. Arsenal are finally getting a much-needed break. It's been absolutely breathless stuff so far. It is quite a game, breathless and laced with excitement.
Well, it's been played at such a frenetic pace. I'm amazed it's only been 45 minutes. I'm wondering whether these players are going to be able to maintain that energy.
Well, this has been gripping stuff. 4 goals evenly shared at the interval. It's 2-2. Vietnam get the ball rolling in the second half.
Arsenal clearly have been...
Oh, terrible pass. That's put paid to the danger. Could move up a gear here. Now that looks a decent ball. Lahm. He won't be happy with that one. Now, can they get him away? Bellingham. And that's been intercepted. Ernest. And a chance! Oh, what's he giving here? He's given a penalty. Arsenal have themselves a chance from the spot. So we're ready to go. Goal! Arsenal! Not much more than a formality.
Yeah, the keeper was trying to make him think that he was going to dive one way here. Could have just held a little longer.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Well, that might be the first time they've gone long, Peter. They've clearly been told to try something different.
No, he's not getting past him there. That's a nicely shaped ball. Oh, Red, nice interception. Played with finesse. Gets his head on it! And he's quick to get rid.
Incentive set and incentive met. Now they've got to take it on another level.
Vieira. Trying to get out of a very sticky situation. Hernes. And it's Lahm. Ibrahimovic. Ibrahimovic finds himself offside.
Substitution for Arsenal. Number 9.
The two coaches
Eto'o.
are signalling changes
Number
here, both at the
20,
same time.
Ibrahimovic. Number 14, Hernes.
That's a
Coming
good
on the
foray
field,
he's making.
Number 10,
Vieira.
Bale. Number
Arsenal
18,
perhaps contemplating their next change here.
Number 4,
The ball's gone astray.
Substitutions taking place.
Bullet was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless.
This is the time you need that pace.
Aimed beyond the defence. Roberto Carlos knocks it into space. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The great escape.
And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped. Bullet really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Bullet in the hunt and looking threatening.
Vietnam really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
Messi.
Oh, great feat, that.
Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. And here's Bale. Now it's Roberto Carlos. Oh, lovely feed, he is such a good mover. Ball's over the line, and it is a corner. Corner number 2 then. And it's been taken short. And here's Bale. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Oh, he's goes for a shot! He's got a goal! And that should do it! Within sight of the finish line. Whoever is in his path, he will always find a way.
Yeah, he won the jostle, and it was a very good finish, and I think he'll go away feeling pretty good about that one.
Arsenal go up by 2 and are looking good.
Well, that's pretty...
Chance, surely! And there's a goal! Back within 1! They have them in their sights again! That really is quite fabulous, all his own doing.
Well, from the moment he got involved, he looked as if he'd go all the way. Terrific.
Just 1 in it now.
Well, I think they have every chance of levelling this now, Peter, but they've got to stay calm and not go completely gung-ho.
And here's Hullet. A quick look, thought about cutting inside. Oh, that's neat. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Oh,
Arsenal surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
Substitution for Arsenal. Number 22.
Arsenal can make their change now with a break in play.
Well, he can certainly make his side a lot more unpredictable, Peter. You know, he has a very good eye for a pass and a tricky one at that.
And he's been shifted off it. Threads one in. And he shoots!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure. Look, there has to be more urgency here. The ball has to get to the other end much faster. I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
And here's Yamal. Stood up well to him there. Well, that
Added
defending
minutes
is
has been indicated.
unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal. And it had to be. Confirmation that there will be 4 minutes stoppage time. Now there's a fine ball. Roberto Carlos. He has found the way through. He's gone for goal! And for a moment, time stood still. And that is that. Arsenal have been forced to do it the hard way, but they have pulled themselves through. So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and it's my chance to say that it is an absolute delight to have Jim Beglin beside me.
Thanks for the intro, Peter. I've been soaking up the atmosphere and I'm really looking forward to what lies in store.
Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. We're up and running then. Well, that pass isn't the best. Tries to pass it through. He has a looker and the finish! So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
Well, Peter, I've been hugely impressed with what I've seen so far from this guy, Jude Bellingham. You don't become a regular at one of Europe's leading teams at 70.
It's Ibrahimovic!
Ibrahimovic clearly held on to it far too long there. Did he do enough to find someone? He looked as if he had his mind set on trying to do everything his way.
Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. And here's Eto'o, spread it left. Hoeneß, oh, he's seen that early, used a certain sixth sense. Well, the counter-attack will come to nothing, because that is an errant touch.
Well, I think that might well put him off watching tonight's highlights.
Eto'o. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Nedved. Arsenal replying all the early pressure.
Yeah, whether they've been allowed to set the standards or not, they're setting them, and a goal has to follow.
Now, can they get him away? Quick look, then plays it in. And that should get the job done. Vieira. Still goalless at the moment. Well, we expected better, and so did he. Hoeneß makes a dash for it. Hoeneß! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? And it's Seedorf. Tries one from range! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
Hoeneß plays it short. Takes the shot! Oh, that was no routine save.
Hoeneß actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
That ball looks a good one. Lahm. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Oh, they could break here. Nicked it back promptly. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Tries to play it through. Look at the space here. Maldini did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. And that could set him on his way. Good running, strong and purposeful. Flashes it across. Schmeichel claims it. Safe hands. Well timed, excellent interception. He's played it back. Looking to play him in, and he's picked it up out wide. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. So what can they make of this? Shot, oh, shooting chance! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Ibrahimovic clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Arsenal have their second corner now. Lahm is short. And this is... And a chance! Corner number 3 coming up. Hoeneß with the short one. Goes for the shot! No, not quite.
Hoeneß clearly felt that distance wasn't an issue, but maybe there were better options for him there.
Great defending, strong and determined. Seedorf is someone so often referred to as the defender's defender. And a header! Firm header, just off target.
He did so well there, it's just a shame about the accuracy.
Roberto Carlos. Well, here's a man adored by many, even deified by some. Oh, that's a key interception. Nedved. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Ibrahimovic is offering some sort of an apology there.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Chance! That is decidedly lacking.
I think that's just more proof that this team is very comfortable playing on the break. They're really swift.
There will be 1 minute added time.
He won't be happy with that one. And for the first half, that is that. A decent enough half, but neither side able to get on the score sheet. Time for some fresh ideas in the second period, perhaps. Any opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
Well, the goal attempts are coming thick and fast, but so far there's nothing to show for it. I think the manager will be pretty happy with his team's performance. He just needs a little more craft and guile.
Well, it's been a half that hasn't lacked suspense or intrigue. It's only lacked goals. 0-0 at the break. The second period is underway.
Arsenal have been the team that have had the lion's share of possession and chances. OK, they haven't got much to show for it, but I think it's a case of keep going and eventually you'll get your break.
Another pass just keeps it ticking over. Oh, he's having a go! Well, that looked awkward, but he had a good crack at it.
You can never be too safe with someone like him around. They got away with that.
And he's had it nicked away. Nedved conjures time and space where few can. Lahm. Araujo. Vieira. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Lovely pass, but can he get there?
Are certainly playing with an intense focus in executing their plan here. It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
Nedved. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have...
Chance! Marvellous goal! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
You felt it was coming, 1-0.
And talk about the perfect time to score. The manager's giving nothing away, but he'll be thrilled inside.
Well, there's the clearance. And he's only too happy to take that back. Nedved always looking for that half a chance.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
He's found a way past. Oh, well cut out, no margin for error there at all. Your impression so far, Jim?
There's a lot of football still to be played, Peter, so ideally they need to maintain an attacking endeavour.
Good ball, good take. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Hoeneß is flagged offside.
Substitution for Arsenal, number 9.
So changes afoot here, and from both sides.
Number 20, Ibrahimovic. Number 14,
Lahm is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack.
Seydorf.
Passing is crisp and
Coming
sharp.
on the field, number
Lahm,
30,
well seen,
Šeško.
saw that coming.
Number
That was
10,
well played,
Bale.
well stopped.
Number 4,
Lahm
Hazard.
just loves to go
Number
forward whenever he
42,
can.
Toure. Substitution.
Arsenal are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise. He's found the way through. Played in by Roberto Carlos. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. And again, they run up against stubborn defending.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
That has been cut short. And here's Bale. He's on it. Can he get away? Roberto Carlos. He's rising! Oh, good finish. 2 ahead, late in the day. Game over, surely. What a header. Flashed in with the crispest of contacts.
Well, you've always got that threat when he's around. Great movement, and what a great header.
And it didn't take him long. Just sitting on the bench and waiting moments ago, already he has scored.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
Arsenal are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead.
Yeah, I can't think of a better time, Peter, to get that 2-goal cushion. That, for me, should be decisive.
And it's Azar. Over to the right flank. Vieira. Looking for options for movement. Roberto Carlos. Messi. Oh, easy pickings there. Looking for a runner. Lahm makes a move down the right. Pedri.
2 added minutes has
And
been
that
indicated.
interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And here's Bale. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Roberto Carlos receives it in a wide position. Maldini tries to clear. And there goes the final whistle. It's a super show all round, both sides doing their best to impose themselves, but one evidently...